What's good, YouTube? Before we get into the video, I just want to let you guys know that I do stream on Twitch. Stream 2K, um, Warzone, bunch of variety games, even with my boys that are on PlayStation, right? So be sure to follow the Twitch, follow my Twitter. Feel free to check out my Instagram. Feel free to check out my TikTok. All right. Enjoy the video. All right, what's good, y'all? As mentioned, I don't know if you guys watched my 200 video, but I said that I'd be dropping tutorials once I touch 200 subs. So this is actually the first tutorial, right? This is the ultimate movement guide I'm gonna be dropping, right? So let's get into it. So first things first, right? So disclaimer: I play controller. Do not use keyboard and mouse. I suck. I'm atrocious. I tried it. Terrible. All right. So if you are a controller player, this is a great video for you. All right. So to start off, right, I use a regular PS4 controller. I do use a control freak on my right side, and my left thumbstick is completely normal. So control freak right, stock PlayStation 4 controller, love it, right? Start off, I play bumper jumper tactical just because I also play claw, so I do have my index finger in my right hand just pressing my buttons, and I do press L1 or LB to jump, right? So it's just pretty easy for me. Okay. So bumper jumper tactical, choose whatever you like. You use tactical, whatever you'd like. Left sub minimum input Deadzone. I actually switched to 0 recently, and not gonna lie, it's kind of smooth. So if you guys do want to try that out, not saying you have to, but I would highly suggest that. Deadzone on 0 is lovely. This, depending on if you have stick drift, you might have to raise it or lower it, just depends on your controller. And for the sense, so when I do go for clips, I typically play 16-14, but when I do feel like slaying out, I play 8-8. Recently, I've been playing 8-8 just because I've been chilling. The 16-14, it does sort of waver because if I don't play often, I'm not used to the sense, but 8-8 seems to be the perfect spot for me. Again, I'm going to mention this, you do not have to have a high sensitivity to have crazy movement on Warzone. Like even when Joel first started his movement, he used to play on 6-6. I think he plays on 10-10, but whatever you're comfortable with. Like, for instance, my cousin, he plays 6-6 and he's nice.
Keep fighting until they redeploy.
So again, it's all about what you're comfortable with. Aim sprint curve, dynamic. Honestly, all this is up to you, but this is a movement guide, so I'm just gonna give you the movement tips, right? So slide behavior, make sure this is on tap. Make sure this is on tap. You do not want to be holding it to slide. Okay. Slide behavior, make sure that's tap. Whatever your crouch button is, go for that. Auto attack sprint, slap that on, put that on, guys. Put that on. This makes a huge difference in terms of movement, because I believe you have to double tap the sprint button to tactical sprint. Nah, with this, just start pushing your thumbstick, my boy. You'll be good. Slap that on. All right. So automatic tap sprint, tap slide behavior. Oh yeah, another thing, have contextual tap. Lovely for Warzone. And everything else up to you. Again, you do not have to have a high sensitivity. You have crazy movement on this game. All right, we'll jump into private match. I'll go over it. All right, now that we're here, we're gonna just start off with the basic stuff. So first things first, we're actually gonna go over slide canceling. Pretty simple. I'm sure most of you guys already know how to do it. So what this requires you to do is, depending on your button layout, it's going to require you to double tap your crouch button and hit the jump button, whatever that button is. So I play bumper jumper tactical. That requires I'm gonna have to hit my right thumbstick twice and hit L1 or LB to jump, right? Pretty simple. Pretty sure most of you guys are gonna do it. I won't go into too much depth about it. One thing I will say is, if you are not that good at it, just make sure you can do it within a nice area, just to switch things up. Keep your enemies guessing, because you can do a lot of things out of it, right? You can boom, boom, want to, you know, just switch things up, right? So that's slide canceling. Again, double tap your crouch button and jump. Okay.
Contact with infantry.
Enemy UAV active.
They're shooting at me! You take that!
Now that we went over slide canceling, we're gonna actually go over to the second step for movement. We're gonna go over snaking, alright? So the snake, this is what you're gonna have to do, right? It's typically done around head glitches, so it could be over here, it could be over here, right? So what you have to do is, again, if you're playing on auto attack sprint, this will work perfectly for you. So you're gonna have to go into prone, right? You're gonna have to press your left thumbstick. I suggest you hold it, push it forward, and go back into prone like this. This is typically done if you just want to buy some time, see where the enemy is. You can do this while plating. It's perfect, right? As you can see, of course, you're gonna take a little bit of damage, but it is a lot better than just crouching, because that's it, right? So I have my cousin over here, the demon Eczema, do it from my point of view so you can see how it looks. So you can see he's bobbing. You see how he's bobbing? Yeah. Woo. So exactly what he just did. You can snake a couple times there and just pop out and explode. Great way to snake, alright? Next thing we're gonna go over is the bunny hop, alright? So for bunny hopping, it is kind of tricky because even when I first started off, bunny hops, it did take me a couple of tries to get used to it, right? So the bunny hop, what you're gonna do is, right, you're going to run, jump, ADS, just so it makes things a lot smoother, because if you just jump, if you don't ADS, if you're hip firing the entire time, like, you won't get that nice momentum with it, right? So you're gonna run, jump, and as soon as you land, you're gonna jump again. I suggest that you don't spam it, because if you do spam it, you will get a little slow animation. So you'd have to run, jump again. You see how that was a bit smoother compared to the other times? Do this behind cover. You can do this to fade away. Right? Do it like that, right? So I have my cousins do that real quick, just so you guys see the other point of view. See exactly how he does it. Exactly. So once you get that down, it does break cameras, because you can do it out of cover, in cover. It's perfect. You see how smooth he's doing it? And you could even do it fading away as well, right? It's not too hard. It's lovely, right? Next thing, we do have one of my favorite moves to do this. I ended up getting hit with this on stream yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
Hold on, like what?
Yo, I got fried there still.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's when you prone, right, and you just spam your jump button. Boom. Yep, just like that. So of course, from my point of view, it doesn't look that special, but if you're going up against an enemy like this, and he decides to drop shot, and you shoot and he jumps, you're going to be missing his feet, right? So you could either do this one of two ways, right? You can slide around a corner, go into prone, then jump. Just like that, yep. Or you could do it as you're drop shotting. So you understand exactly what that looks like? It looks like that. I'll actually have a couple clips of me getting hit with it yesterday. I ended up killing a couple streamers like that, and I also got killed like that yesterday, right? So to recap, right, we have snaking, we have bunny hopping, and then we have one of my favorite ones to do, the jump, drop shot into the jump. Right. Next thing we do have is shouldering. So typically, because your gun's on your right side, you do have a peeker's advantage, right? So for instance, Eczema's over here, right? If I go to this right side, I will see him before he sees me. Right. Slide around the corner. Could even peek real quick. Right, so anytime you try to attack from the right side, just because your gun's also on the right side, it's just the way the camera works, right? So show you real quick. And I'll also stand over here. I have my cousin come around the corner. Yeah. Like, just from that split second, he's gonna see me before I see him. And if you want, you could bunny hop out, you could slide out and just kill me. Just like that, right? You see, again, you see how much momentum he had when he decided to bunny hop? Just all those things you have to practice, right? Now, I want to give some extra tips in terms of slide canceling. So, to get around the map a bit faster, again, you do not have to constantly slide. You do not have to slide every 2 seconds. There's literally no point. Right? So what I typically like to do is, I'll run, slide, jump, and slide again. This helps to get a nice flow in there, because if you're just constantly slide canceling, it really just ruins momentum. So you can slide twice, run, jump, slide again. And here's another tip for momentum. In case you do have to reload your gun, right? Slide. When you jump, this is perfect, so you can keep going but reload as well. Because typically, what I used to do is I would just reload and jump like this. But with a little bit of practice, I found out that you can actually slide, reload in the air. Oh, I messed up. Sorry. Reload in the air and slide, just to keep things nice and smooth. Just like this, right? This helps to keep the momentum going, and you don't have to worry about messing up your reload. Just like this. So to do this, right? As you jump, you reload, and then you go straight into your slide. So you could actually press your crouch button as you're in the air, and it'll make you go into the slide. And then from there, you just hit your crouch button again, and then you jump. Alright. Oh, this guy's moving a little. And if you're wondering, you guys are probably wondering, he's probably playing on a high sensitivity. He's actually playing on 6.6. To have great movement on the game, you do not need to have a high sensitivity. He plays on 6.6, and you see how quickly he just popped out? You do not need to have a high sensitivity to have good movement on this game. He's a prime example of that. Alright, so if you want, you could just keep sliding back and forth just to, you know, get a little, you know what I'm saying? To actually win a couple gunfights. It could be Rebirth or Search, right? So, in terms of movement, again, you don't have to have high sensitivity. What I like to do, right? So if I know an enemy is right here, again, use cover, right? So you could slide into cover, slide out, fade away, right? It's pretty simple. You just have to slide into cover, literally turn your camera, go back to where you started, or you could even go to the opposite right here, and you're going to bunny hop, right? So you could either go like this, or back to the same side you were on. Right, so I'll show you what that looks like. It didn't even have to be covered. You could just do this either way, because it just helps switch things up, right? You could even come like this. Oh, I messed up. Even if you wanted to, another way to gun somebody is to slide and then go into drop shots, just to barrel stuff them, right? So to slide and then go into the drop shot, you probably think you just have to slide and then tap it again. No, what you have to do is you have to slide and hold your crouch button. So because I played bumper jumper tactical, I slide with my right thumbstick and I jump with L1. So what you have to do is you slide and hold your crouch button. Slide, hold your crouch button. Slide, hold your crouch button. This is perfect in case you are sliding around a corner, you want to catch them off guard. So I'll show you what that looks like. Oh. And if you want to do that, just to show them real quick. Yeah, just like that. Nice little smooth way to get things switched up. You know what I mean? You see how he did that first? Perfect. Alright guys, so to sum everything up, we're just gonna do a little bit of, we're gonna have a low 1v1, maybe up to like 10 kills, just to show you guys everything together, right? So we just, yeah. So let's start off. Make sure every time he kills me, you guys can see the POV just to see everything. Because we are playing. You see how quick that was? Again, he plays 6-6 after 2. That's a good kill. You guys want to see what that looks like too? And don't even worry about YYing. Don't even worry about YYing, guys. Why still get you killed? You just want to practice a little bit. Oh, this guy says health? What? We're just putting everything together, right? Everything we're talking about. Again, you could also, you see that's a camera bit, you jumped, you don't have to slide. It's perfect. And I did touch centering, right? So I'm using my crosshairs, just keeping it where I think he's gonna be. I'm not having it down like this, right? Good kill. Make sure you're having your centering. Again, this is 1-2, so I'm just having where I think you might be. Just trying to touch upon. That's a good bunny hop. Again, all of this, you guys, we can play against each other for pause. It's just gonna take some practice to get smooth with it, right? That's a good bunny hop, guys. Once you perfect your bunny hop like that, smooth. You guys see his POV. He jumped out of cover and ended up bunny hopping into some more cover. It's little stuff like that. Just that'll help you make noticeable changes to have good movement on this game. See that POV? Just like that, guys. Again, he predicted where I was going to be. Centering, all about the centering. Ooh, that was a good one. I'm not even gonna lie. That was a good one. Good luck. We went over slide canceling. We went over bunny hopping. We went over snaking. Sliding to that jump shot. And just having a little bit of movement to break cameras, right? So I hope you guys did find this video helpful. If you do need anything else, feel free to leave something in the comments. I'll Definitely be uploading Rebirth class setup soon, and a couple more tutorials, stim shots, centering in Rebirth, a little bit of map awareness, stuff like that. Have a blessed day, y'all.